Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Jess is out. She's sick, and Lauren LaRosa is holding it down. Let's get in some front page news. Start off with some quick sports. Now, NFL, the Chiefs beat the Texans, the Commanders beat the Lions, the Bills beat the Ravens, and the Eagles beat the Rams.
That's the only pick I got right was the Commanders. I picked the Commanders to beat the Lions. I thought the Ravens was going to beat the Bills.
Yep. Now, the next game is Sunday at 3 and at 6 o'clock. Now, also in college
I picked
football,
the Rams to beat the Eagles, but that was just hate.
Was it?
Because I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan.
No. Yeah, well, in college football, Ohio State beat Notre Dame 34-23.
Who's going to win the Super Bowl, though? The Commanders play the Eagles on Sunday at 3. Bills play the Chiefs on Sunday at 6:30. Who's going to the Super Bowl?
I think it'll be Eagles and Chiefs.
Nah, bro. I hate to say it. I think the Commanders.
You think Commanders going to beat the Eagles?
I think the Commanders.
I don't think so.
I think the Commanders.
I don't think so.
The Eagles got Gilly.
The Eagles got Gilly. Mm-hmm. The Commanders got Donnell.
What are y'all talking about? Good morning, Morgan.
Good morning, y'all. Listen, I know y'all want to talk about inauguration and all of that, but before we get into that, just like Charlamagne, I don't want him to pull my black card. Let's talk about Dr. Martin Luther King Day first, if that's all right with y'all. So the U.S., of course, is reflecting on the civil rights icon as of yesterday. His son, Martin Luther King III, says the holidays normally mean a day of rest and relaxation. However, he also hopes people can work together and to make the world better, and the continuation of his father's work goes beyond politics. Let's hear more from MLK III.
But this is really about continuing the work that my dad and mom started to finish and create the beloved community so that freedom, justice, and equality becomes real for all humankind. Today, we are more divided than we've ever been. Civility has to be brought back to the political landscape. We want to be fulfilled, and we must help create that climate no matter who is the commander-in-chief. But at this time, I think that it would be wonderful if we were engaged in service.
So while Martin Luther King Day was created in 1983 after the signing of legislation by President Ronald Reagan, the movement to honor his birthday didn't actually begin until the movement to honor his birthday actually began 15 years early after, just days after his assassination. And Stevie Wonder actually played a major role in that with his song Happy Birthday. In case you didn't know, I was going to say that's a rabbit hole that you got to go down by yourself for, but we don't have time for that. But Bernice King, she checked in talking about why or how it was wonderful that MLK Day fell on Inauguration Day, saying it reminds people of the work of her father and those who are unhappy with Trump's election. She said America needs to focus on the goal of her father, which was nonviolence. Now, switching gears, we are talking about inauguration, and President Biden, he has made his departure out of the nation's capital. He gave remarks at Joint Base Andrews following him leaving the U.S. Capitol via helicopter. The former president reflected on his time in office and praised his staffers. Let's take a listen to Biden at Joint Base Andrews on his departure.
We're leaving office. We're not leaving the fight. You're smart, you're skilled, you're passionate. The country needs you again. As you heard me say before, no president gets to choose the moment they enter history, but they get to choose the team they enter history with.
What?
And we chose the best damn team in the world.
Hey, man, good riddance, okay?
Oh,
I know y'all love your Uncle Joe, but if you ask me, he leaves behind a legacy of selfishness. Okay, he should have been a transitional president who passed the baton to a younger generation of leadership, but he decided selfishly to run for a second term, only to end up dropping out way too late, which didn't give Democrats the time they needed to formulate a real plan. And Allah, we are here now today.
All right. Well, I was going to say really quickly, if I can, there is a snowstorm that could be impacting the South as far as Florida and the Gulf of Mexico, or excuse me, maybe we should rename it the Gulf of America, but we'll get into that a little later. Cold weather also affecting millions in Louisiana, Georgia, Florida, Alabama, and Mississippi have all declared states of emergency. The storm is expecting to bring snow, ice, freezing rain through Wednesday, making travel treacherous. Officials are urging those to stay off the road and keep a little water running through the pipes so they to keep them from freezing and bursting. In Texas, Houston's airports will be closed today, and the National Weather Service is warning that there should be a generational winter storm. So, but we'll talk more about inauguration at 7. There's a lot going on. I'm telling you, it's just not enough time, y'all. 2025 is underway. Let's go.
Biden also pardoned his whole family yesterday. He pardoned Dr. Fauci and the January 6th committee. He gave him preemptive pardons because he said, he thought that Trump was going to, prosecute
he
those.
doesn't want them to be worried. Yeah,
What about Fannie Mae?
What about Marilyn Mosby?
What about Mosby?
Marilyn Mosby didn't get a pardon. But what about Fannie Willis? What about Alvin Bragg? What about Tish James? All those people that put their neck on the line. Prosecuting Trump.
January 6ers are coming out too. The January 6ers are also coming out.
But he put his family. He made sure his family was straight.
I'm just talking about the folks that Biden pardoned at the moment. I just
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It is definitely crazy.
All right. Well, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. Again, 800-585-1051. Call us up right now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up.
In the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Lauren Rosa filling in for Jess. And let's get in some front page news. Now, some quick sports. Chiefs beat the Texans. Commanders beat the Lions. The Bills beat the Ravens. And the Eagles beat the Rams. All right? Next week, this Sunday, I should say, the Eagles take on the Commanders at 3. The Bills take on the Chiefs at 6:30. And college football national championship, Ohio State beat Notre Dame 34-23. Good morning, Morgan.
Good morning, DJ Envy, Charlamagne the God, and Lauren LaRosa. How y'all feeling?
Good. How are
Blessed,
you?
black, and highly favored.
Good. Love to hear it. All right, let's talk about this inauguration. I'm going to just go ahead and get a disclaimer out there, y'all. It's just not enough time to get through all of it, but I'm going to do my best. Okay, so President Trump has officially been sworn in as the 47th president of these United States of America, saying the tide of change is sweeping the country. During his inaugural address, Trump said the golden age of America begins right now, and he will declare a national emergency at this nation's southern border. Now, Trump criticized the country's response to disasters and claimed that the fires have been burning for weeks in Los Angeles without even a token of defense, saying some of the wildfire victims were even in attendance of his inauguration, despite not having a home to go home to. He also indicated that he will be changing the name of landmarks. The Gulf of Mexico, he wants to be known as the Gulf of America, and Mount Denali in Alaska, which was named for the native people, I believe, in that land. He wants to be renamed to Mount McKinley after the 25th President William McKinley. Trump also thanked Black and Hispanic voters for their support and mentioned Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day when he spoke during his inauguration address. And he also spoke about eliminating DEI efforts and said the government will only recognize 2 biological sexes. Let's hear those comments from Trump's inaugural speech.
From this day forward, our country will flourish and be respected again all over the world. We will be the envy of every nation, and we will not allow ourselves to be taken advantage of any longer. Today is Martin Luther King Day, and his honor, this will be a great honor, but in his honor we will strive together to make his dream a reality. We will forge a society that is colorblind and merit-based. As of today, it will henceforth be the official policy of the United States government that there are only 2 genders, male and female.
If you're a minority who voted for Trump, how do you feel about DEI initiatives being wiped away? I'm just asking a question. If you are a member of the LGBTQ community who voted for Trump, how do you feel about a lot of the executive orders you signed? Especially a lot of I'm about to say theys, but I don't have to say that anymore.
No, you
especially you transgenders who supported Donald Trump. How does somebody like Caitlyn Jenner feel?
Oh, she said congrats. She welcomed him.
Wait, Bruce. How does Bruce feel?
That's crazy.
Wow, yeah, we don't even know how. Okay, well,
But they knew what he was going to do. He wasn't quiet about it. It's not like he was hiding. He said what he was going to do first day.
Now, the he you talking about is Trump, right? Not Bruce. Just making sure.
But they both he's.
They're both he's. He. That's right. Let's go.
I hate y'all.
All right, y'all. TikTok was a huge thing. That was a huge topic over the weekend. We were all stressed out, or a lot of people were stressed out over the whole ban. Watching what happened on Saturday night, it went dark for about 16 hours on Saturday night into Sunday morning. Well, President Trump signed an executive order yesterday aimed at tackling TikTok. In his first time back in the Oval Office, he signed the order, and let's hear what Trump had to say about TikTok.
I may not do the deal, or I may do the deal. TikTok is worthless if I don't approve it. It has to close. I learned that from the people that own it. If I do the deal, it's worth maybe $1 trillion. $1 trillion. So if I do the deal I'm talking about doing it for the United States. If I do the deal for the United States, then I think we should get half.
So basically, when users reopened the app, a message popped up thanking them for their patience and praising Trump for getting the app back online. But I just need you guys to understand that this is only for about 90 days. So we will see what happens as a result of this TikTok ban. It's still in effect, but as of right now, if you have the app, I believe you can use it while we're just sitting in limbo to see what happens.
Go ahead and sell it to Frank McCourt and Project Liberty. You know, Donald Trump is proposing that it's a 50-50 joint venture, that America owns half of it, China owns half of it. I mean, go ahead and get the deal done, man, and give them whatever kickback they need to make it happen.
I ain't gonna hold you. I was disappointed by the way we was hurt though. We was hurt Saturday night over TikTok.
Not me, because I ain't got no damn TikTok.
I got it. I was in the Poconos when it went dark, but I wasn't worried. I'm like, Trump gonna bring it back.
Yeah, we knew it was coming back.
Trump know what he doing.
Absolutely.
Like he knew. I knew it was coming back.
Speaking of knowing what he's doing, he did sign an executive order pardoning, I can't even get it out, pardoning roughly 1,500 people convicted in the January 6th riots. Let's hear more from Trump on that executive order for the J6 rioters, or what he refers to them as hostages.
So this is January 6th. These are the hostages. Approximately 1,500 for a pardon.
Yes.
Full pardon.
Full pardon or commutations?
Full pardon. We hope they get them. We hope they come out tonight, frankly.
He said he was going to do that, and that's why his base loves him, you know, because he keeps promises. And I'll tell you something else. The reason that one right there is so interesting is because think about the message that sends. If I do something on behalf of my president, I more than likely will get out because my president going to have my back. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the message it sends.
Yeah, well, if we could line up immigration, Trump's executive order on immigration. Switching gears, he signed a lot of executive orders yesterday, to be honest. One of them in which is on immigration. He talked about it designating drug cartels as foreign terrorist organizations and also ending the birthright citizenship, which basically means that if you are a migrant who came to this country and you had a child, well, that child is no longer going to be considered a U.S. citizen just because they were born in this country. So let's hear more about Trump's executive order on immigration.
People have wanted to do this for years. So they are now designated as terrorist organizations, foreign. And Mexico probably doesn't want that. They're killing our people. They're killing 250, 300,000 American people a year. It's ridiculous. We're the only country in the world that does this with birthright, as you know. And it's just absolutely ridiculous. But, you know, we'll see. We have very good grounds.
Of course, as mentioned before, he has declared a national emergency at the U.S. southern border, which will bring additional Pentagon resources to the southern border. And he does maintain that he is fine with legal immigration. Let's switch gears to Elon Musk.
Quick question. The birthright thing is in the Constitution, so he can't do an executive order against that, correct?
I'm not sure how that really works because everything is so unprecedented, and not to mention you have the Supreme Court backing you. So he said he's got good grounds. So let's see what legal grounds he actually has. I mean,
Jesus.
Yeah.
Y'all keep talking about the law in regards to Donald Trump. Donald Trump does what the hell he wants,
it was
when
in the
he wants, how he
Constitution.
wants. What is that?
And it can be amended. That's the thing.
Exactly.
Especially when you have people, it could be amended. He could put them in yeah. So, and being that he's actually in office, you know, all of this falls under his official capacity that the Supreme Court passed recently. So, I mean, there's no telling what he's going to be able to do. But yeah, Elon Musk, let's talk about Elon Musk really quickly. So he said he's looking forward to making a lot of changes once President Trump takes office. And he spoke at the rally at the Capitol One Arena in downtown Washington, D.C. And of course, you know, he's facing some backlash for the way that he, I guess, saluted or yeah, it looked like a Roman salute, maybe similar to a Nazi salute, but basically he put his hand over his hand over his heart and then went out to embrace the crowd in a sense. So let's hear from Elon Musk about, you know, basically how that salute kind of sounded in that commentary. Elon Musk on salutes.
You know, there are elections that come and go. Some elections are, you know, important. Some are not. But this one, this one really mattered. And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you. My heart goes out to you.
Yeah, it's crazy watching that whole thing. I will say this. I know Trump talked about unity and he wants to unite the country, but during his inauguration, all he did was ish all over Joe Biden and Kamala Harris the whole time.
That was so awkward. I was watching. I'm like, this is so awkward. They got to just sit there while he basically says, y'all couldn't get nothing done. Move over. Why y'all even here?
Why are you mad at him for telling the truth?
I'm not mad.
Because the reality
of
the situation is Republicans treat Democrats the way Democrats should treat Republicans, and I've been saying that. They want to be nice. You know what's so ill about what happened this weekend? Michelle Obama said, when they go low, we go high. Michelle Obama decided to go low and say, F all of y'all, I ain't showing up. But y'all still going high. For what reason? Michelle Obama is letting y'all know. Listen, I believe this man is a fascist. I believe this man is a threat to democracy. I'm not about to show up and play nice with y'all. But y'all still going high, and for what reason?
Yeah, you're right. 4 years ago, he wouldn't even get in a car with nobody. He said, I'm not even coming.
Yo, it was ill to me. And you know why? Because he said the election was stolen. Donald Trump said.
He still says it.
He still said. So why? So you know why I respect what he did in 2020? Because he said something and he acted like he believed it, unlike the Democratic leaders that we have now. If you say something, act like you believe it. Michelle Obama said something and she's acting like she believes it. Barack Obama, the opposite. President Biden, the opposite. I don't respect that. I respect Donald Trump up there giving his inauguration speech and telling all of them to their face, y'all ain't pissed.
Yo, it was such an
I don't like none of y'all.
It was such an Leaks Housewives moment. Like, you couldn't. I was watching. I'm like, man.
I wanted somebody to say something. I wanted somebody to say something.
They didn't even move their face. No. I'm like, I'm not gonna get a face from Kamala. Nothing.
And his base loved it. Yo. Barack Obama walked in, they booed.
Booed him.
The Clintons walked in, they booed. Like,
how about the fact that he acknowledged all of them? He acknowledged all of them except for Mike Pence. What was that about? You know what I'm saying?
Why would I acknowledge the man that I told my followers that was garbage?
Mm-hmm.
He didn't want to certify he wouldn't refuse to certify the results of the election. Yo, he keeps the same energy.
He does.
Well, that's okay. Keeping the same energy, and what I'm thinking, and I can't speak for all the politicians. But what I'm thinking is that they want to maintain a level of decorum and a level of tradition. Are you saying throw it all out the window?
Decorum and tradition is done, Morgan.
All right.
I'm old school, right? I was born in 1978, so I remember movies like New Jack City. I remember when they brought in Ice-T and the other cop, and they told him for New Jack problems, you need New Jack solutions. And that's what we need right now, because this whole decorum and trying to do things the right way is not working for the Democratic Party in any way, shape, or form.
And did we mention the Reverend?
Which one?
No,
the black
we did
one?
not. We didn't get to him.
That was
that was
going off.
That was going off.
Mm-hmm.
That was thought he was Martin Luther King. That was acting like he was Martin Luther King. And
you know, them people closed their eyes. They probably thought it was.
Jesus Christ.
They can't tell us apart.
Jesus Christ. I felt embarrassed for him.
I didn't. He knew who he signed up for.
Jesus.
Taylor Reels. Lorenzo Sewell is his name. Thank you. Just couldn't get out, but yeah. All right, y'all. Look, I can't call it. I don't have all the answers. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. Day one. It is what it is. Trump presidency. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But in the meantime, I'm going to keep you posted. And that's your front page news. I'm Morgan Wood.
Thank you, Morgan.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.